everybody. Today I'm going to show you one of my favourite techniques for working in a sketchbook. It's something that I've used often with my students. When I was teaching City and Guilds, we also had to teach a design element to the course, and it used to make everybody terrified. So many people would say, oh, but I can't draw, and get worried about it. And so I always started with this drawing technique that was a great leveller, right from people who thought they could draw in the class to those who were convinced they couldn't. Everybody's work turned out looking very effective. So what we're going to need is something as drawing inspiration. So some plant material, like I save a lot of seed heads and things like that. Or you can actually draw a plant or a seashell or some fruit. It doesn't really matter, it's just something to draw. You're going to need some ink. I like using this fountain pen ink because it's water soluble. So when you run water on it, it bleeds, but I'll show you why I like that later. And this is the controversial bit now, I'm afraid. You're going to need some spaghetti or linguine. I guess linguine will do. I know pasta's really difficult to get hold of at the moment, so you may not be popular if you pinch the spaghetti out of the pot, but you can do it with a twig from the garden, but it's not quite the same. It's good because spaghetti is really bendy, and that's what makes it fun. So let's get going. So we're going to do some observational drawing, which isn't nearly as scary as it sounds. You just got to look really carefully. So looking at this teasel, for a start it's got like a egg shape at the top, isn't it? It's not really that solid, but we're just going to mark that in to give an idea. And a stem. You might notice that I'm holding my spaghetti quite high up. If I hold it right down here, I get very precise and controlled, and that's not really what we want. We want to have it very free. So the higher up you hold the spaghetti, the freer it becomes. Also, the more likely it is to break, but we won't worry about that. Let's draw these in. Don't know what they're called, but they're good fun, aren't they? Really big, expressive shapes. There's lots of little prickles down the stem too, so let's mark some of those in. And then we've got these wonderful spikes all the way up. As you can see, I'm not being very accurate. It's virtually impossible to be accurate, to be fair. And then as we look at the spikes here, they seem to make little V shapes. I'm just marking those on. Sometimes when you're doing this, the spaghetti just breaks and splatters ink everywhere, but that doesn't really matter. Now, I've obviously done this one very quickly just to show you, but you can see how effective it is. So I'm now going to show you a couple more things you can do. I'm just going to put the lid on because knowing me, I will spill my ink otherwise. Let's move that one out of the way. And here I've got one I did earlier that's now dried. Now, because my ink is water soluble, I can just get some clear water on my brush. Don't make it too wet, and I can run my brush over and look how that runs. Brilliant. And it's almost created a shadow. So that's just with clear water. I can also, if you look, this is sort of slightly yellowy orangey. I probably haven't got the right colour, but I use some watercolour. I'm just going to put a little bit of yellow on, and I brush that over too. You see how that colour runs with the ink, and you get all these fabulous colours. So that's just something else you could do. And just by adding that spot of colour, makes it look, I don't know, really exciting. I think it's exciting. Probably as exciting as it gets around here at the moment, but there we are. Another little thing you can do is, when you've finished your drawing, I've got one here of a plant, is to take a felt tip pen when it's all dry and just fill in the negative spaces, and the positive shape here of the leaf and the areas behind with some different patterns, just because you can, because it makes it interesting, makes an interesting page in your sketchbook. And I'll just show you a few more examples. Here I've got a plant. I'm getting a mess here, look. Just a leaf, and I've used different coloured inks on the background, and it's partly rum. It's just added some colour. It just makes it so exciting, and that really is not that skilled. And here I've drawn a seashell. And look at where those colours have bled, how beautiful that little area is there. Seashell again, and this time I've used a brown ink, which again was not water, it was water soluble, so it's bled, and I've just put patterns around the edge to decorate it. And again another one here where I've used different colour to decorate it all. And something else I like, a little thing I like to do in my sketchbook occasionally, I mean my handwriting's sort of okay, but a lot of people feel they haven't got nice handwriting and want to write in their sketchbooks. Cut letters out, do that, it's quite fun. So that's it for today. I'll be back soon. Stay well everybody, bye.